What up, Buzz? You tapped in? Okay, Goose, you tapped in too? All right, Chicago, y'all tapped in? All right, boys, let's crack 'em. Feel like Mike in the fourth with the ball in my hands and I'm taking a shot. I'm the king in the madhouse on Madison, whether I make it or not. Now the crowd going crazy, they watching the play and I'm watching the clock. Got my shot in the air and the buzzer go off and I'm watching it drop. This team did things, MJ shot City 6 rings. D-Rose too big, too fast, too strong, history. And we good on that, put Jilla on the track and we good on wax. 3, 2, 1, everybody say Bulls on tap. Bulls on tap. Our city pretty and gritty. Benny the bull in the crowd getting hyper and litty. Me, I'm so drippy, it's slippery. Nothing offends me. Banners on banners, we winners. We got the stats in the news. Go and subscribe. Hang out with Buzzy and Goose. Tapping with us, we the truth. Jilla just murdered the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Bulls on Tap. I'm your boy Buzz, and I'm joined by my dude Goose, who's not in the stream yet, but he will be here in a few minutes. And we're here to recap a Chicago Bulls loss to the Milwaukee Bucks. Again, 126-98. Before we do that, be sure to go on OnTapSportsNet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Follow my dude Goose at BullsScripted, and following me at BuzzOnTap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us, 5-star rating and review, because that's cool and tough. And if you are watching on Twitter or Facebook, please go to the YouTube, subscribe to the OnTap Sportsnet YouTube channel, hop into the comment section with all of our friends that like to talk Bulls basketball. So Bulls lose this one, 126-98. It's the second game coming off a back-to-back after they beat Toronto pretty handedly last night, which was Monday night. They come out kind of competitive here today, but it wasn't. It didn't last long. It was 20-20 at one point, and then Milwaukee kind of went on a run to, take the wind out of the Bulls' sails, and that's exactly what happened. Bulls were outscored 33-20 in the first quarter. After that, it was just, God, man, you just look at this box score. It was just smooth sailing for Milwaukee. It's very unfortunate. The big three, let's just call them that, of Vooch, DeRozan, and Levine. They all had 20 or more points tonight. They combined for basically, what is that, 20, 40, 60, that's 23, 24, or 64 points of the Bulls' 98 between those guys. There's only one player on the team that finished plus in the plus minus, and that was Troy Brown Jr., who was a +1. So that's just awesome. This game was just basically terrible from the word jump. Again, besides that little bit where the Bulls remained competitive. I thought that Nikola Vucevic kind of played well tonight. He had 9 points in the first quarter for the Bulls. Stacey actually alluded to this on the broadcast, why Billy went away from him for so long, because he was like the only one that was actually scoring at a decent clip and scoring efficiently. And then he was taken out, which I kind of get because there's some matchup problems that were presented there a little bit. But when Vooch was the only one that's having it going, then, you should probably continue to stay with them. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. So here we are with another Bulls loss. This is a third loss, as I mentioned before, to the Milwaukee Bucks. We will face them one more time. That'll be on April 5th on ESPN. I'm not looking forward to it. Until Goose gets here, I'm just going to kind of ramble on about this game. So I want to talk about Coby White for a little bit here because the bench was just putrid tonight. The bench was just absolutely terrible tonight. Between Coby White and Ayo Dosunmu, Ayo was a -35 tonight. Coby White was a -22. Coby went 2 for 10 from the field, 1 for 6 from downtown. He had 5 points, 2 steals, 2 assists. He only had 1 turnover, just didn't have the shot going. That, you need that scoring off the bench that you expect Coby White to be able to give to you. And it just didn't work out that way, which is very unfortunate. And it's been kind of happening a lot recently like that. So I don't really know what to do for Coby. Kind of an uncharacteristic game out of Ayo Dosunmu tonight. He only had 7 points, 3 for 8 from the field, 1 for 3. I mean, no turnovers or anything, but he just had 7 points and 1 assist. He really didn't contribute much from that. Wow, this is a comment that I find crazy because we wouldn't have been saying this before. But yeah, let's keep the ball from DeRozan in the fourth. Yeah, no, I don't know if that's like you wanted to give it to him or you didn't want to give it to him. I can tell you why they probably didn't is because DeMar was having a hard time. He's had a hard time against Milwaukee all year. DeMar just gets clamped. Whether it's by Wesley Matthews or Drew Holiday, like he just gets clamped and he can't be efficient. And it's a problem. And it's a problem going forward. And it is for me as a guy that talks a lot of shit, as you all know, like when the Bulls were winning, like I was talking shit. We can hang out that, we can go anywhere. We can beat anybody. These games are really eye-opening sometimes because, it's just, you kind of see that talent gap that separates between like the elite teams and then the Bulls. And maybe when the Bulls had like 100% chemistry when they were rolling, when they were healthy, and obviously they didn't have Pat at the time because he had went down with that wrist injury. But like the Lonzo Ball, Alex Crusoe lineups with Zach and DeMar and Vooch, and you have all those guys in and they're all healthy and they're doing their thing. Yeah, the Bulls are playing a great competitive, fun brand of basketball. This tonight was kind of the opposite of what we saw last night. The Bulls were moving that ball around a little bit last night against Toronto. And then tonight they got stagnant and they went to the ISO ball that they all love. And you can kind of see that in the numbers. 10 for 23 for DeMar DeRozan tonight, 1 for 5 from downtown. He had 21 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. He added a steal and a block. He was minus 16 in the plus minus, so that isn't ideal, of course. Then you have Vooch go 9 for 15, 4 for 5 from downtown. 3 of those were hit. 3 of the 3-pointers were hit in the first quarter. Vooch finishes with 22 and 7. He had 2 assists. No blocks, only had 1 turnover. Bulls didn't have a lot of turnovers. Now 17 turnovers for the Bulls. Zach LaVine, 6 for 16 from the field, 4 for 7 from downtown, 5 for 6 from the free throw line. He finishes off with 21 points, 7 assists, 3 rebounds, 1 steal, only 2 turnovers. But yeah, again, it didn't turn out the way we wanted it to turn out. I don't know what they can do to improve. I'm not really 100% sure how they can improve this because we see the size issues with them constantly getting out rebounded. I mean, they were just absolutely killed on the boards tonight. 33 rebounds for the Bulls, 53 rebounds for the Milwaukee Bucks. The Bulls shot 42% from the field. The defense obviously was not good enough to help contain Milwaukee at all or even try to put up a fight because Milwaukee shot 61% from the field. That's fucking stupid. They shot 61% from the field. That's unreal. 42% from downtown. Well, 42.9% from downtown for Milwaukee. They hit 70% of their free throws. They went 14 for 20 in that department as well. The Bulls shot 39 for 92 to 42.4%. 13 for 33, 39.4% from 3, and then they shot 53.8% from the free throw line. They only hit 7 of their 13 attempts. The Bulls did have 21 team assists. Milwaukee had 26. Milwaukee had 4 team steals. The Bulls had 9. So Bulls had 4 blocks to Milwaukee's 6. So that's basically the team stats for you there. It was obviously just really, really brutal. I'm not really sure, again, what we do from here. It got a little chippy at the end between Tristan Thompson and Serge Ibaka, which was just whatever at this point. It was more so, I guess, just, Ibaka being a dick how he usually is. So, he took a little cheap shot at Tristan Thompson there. They're getting tangled up for a rebound, throws a little elbow at his forearm to get him off of him, just being an asshole. Like typical Serge Ibaka stuff. You remember a couple of years ago when he played for Toronto, he got into a fist fight with Robin Lopez. Both of them failed to connect on any punch that they threw, which made that pretty entertaining in itself. But here we are. So Patrick Williams tonight, I want to talk about him. He had 18 minutes tonight. He went 2 for 6 from the field, 1 for 2 from the 3-point line. 6 points for Pat. He had 4 boards, 1 assist, 1 steal, no turnovers. Alex Crusoe in his starting spot here. Alex Crusoe gives you all the little things. He is the ideal bench player of somebody that you look, to have come off your bench to provide you defense, to hit probably that corner 3. and give you a spark. In the starting lineup tonight, he had a very bad time. He went 1 for 5 from the field, 1 for 3 from downtown. He missed both of his free throw attempts. He had 3 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds, 1 steal, only 2 turnovers for Crusoe. Javonte Green did leave the game with injury tonight. I have not seen anything on that yet, so we'll keep you updated on what happens with him, whether that's on UntitledSportsNet.com in written article form, or if I see it while we're doing this podcast. If anybody knows what's going on with Javonte, throw it in the comment section. So yeah, I don't want to really waste too much more time on this because it was a fucking blowout. It was just a blowout. It doesn't make you feel good. I know a lot of people are trying to be optimistic, like, oh, this doesn't mean it's all bad. It's like, no, dude, like, listen, if you look at the standings right now, it's not great. I don't want the Bulls to fall into the play-in. That's exactly what I said last night, and I'm going to keep sticking to that. The Bulls are sitting at 42-30. They're 5 games back of the first place Miami Heat, who are 47-25. Okay, the Toronto Raptors, who we just beat on Monday night, are 40-32. So they're 7 games back. And they're currently in the 7th seed. So they're 2 games back of the Chicago Bulls. Not ideal. Once again, not ideal. If the Bulls don't beat the teams that they should be beating, I'm not saying that Milwaukee's one of them, but you have New Orleans, who's been playing some decent ball. I'm not gonna lie there. They started off real bad, but they played some decent ball this season. Not too bad. You have Cleveland after that, which Cleveland's they're a playoff team. The Cleveland Cavaliers are a playoff team. Then you have the Knicks and Washington, who should be able to take advantage of. But if the Bulls don't take advantage of these teams, they're going to be looking at the top 6 from the outside. And that's not ideal for what they have done this season and what they want, obviously. I'm sure they don't want that at all. It's just horrible to end up with. So, again, on Thursday, we're going to be taking on the New Orleans Pelicans. That game will start at 7 o'clock. That is at the United Center. Yeah, gotta hope the Bulls are going to win that one, man. It's just what it comes down to. Play a good brand of basketball. Play some defense. Let that defense create your offense like it was doing in Toronto and how it was when pretty much your guard play was healthy. There's not really anybody on this team that's going to really hurt. I mean, they have Brandon Ingram, they have CJ McCollum, they have some good players over there, don't get me wrong, but the Bulls should be able to match up with that just fine, and they should be able to at least contain them where they can pick up a win, especially at home coming off a bad loss like this. Again, I know it was a back-to-back, but you need to be winning these games, period, unless you want to be in the play-in or even worse than that. So I know it was a short episode tonight, guys. I want to do a little quick shout out. Thank you to everybody that voted for me from Bulls Nation in the 108 tourney. I really appreciate that. It was very cool of all of you to do so. My dude Goose, gave me a cool shout out. Kevin Anderson from NBC Sports, MK Hoops, Matt Pack from CHGO. A lot of friends that I've met over the years just doing this podcasting stuff did some cool shout outs. So thank you a lot for all the kind words and everything like that. So yeah, I hope the Bulls can make something happen tomorrow. Sorry, my cat just loves to jump on this fucking desk. I don't know what his problem is. We need another beer chug for the victory from Joey Ricotta. I am sipping right now, man. I am sipping. I came home straight from the office, did a beer chug and a shot of Bullet Bourbon, and had not eaten anything yet, and I wasn't feeling great after that. I felt fine, but I was just like, man, I got a little heartburn. So I'm just sipping on my Miller Lite with my my koozie where cats are in space because I'm a lame-o. And that's what I love. But again, thank you to everybody for that. We hope that you've enjoyed the Bulls content. I want to tell you why Goose is not here. So Goose had to work late. I was unaware of that. So I had texted him and he was driving and I was like, oh, I'm going to start this up. Don't worry about it. You had to work tonight. I don't want to burn you out. And plus this really sucked. So, we could either throw a pity party together or I'll just go up there and do it alone. But he will be back on Thursday after the Bulls take on the Pelicans. So that's when he will do he'll make his return to the podcast on Thursday night. So thank you all for joining. Be sure to go to OnTapSportsNet.com for all your Chicago sports literature and podcasting needs. Following us on Twitter at BullsOnTap, at OnTapSportsNet. Following Goose at BullsScripted, me at BuzzOnTap. Anywhere you can listen to podcasts, you can listen to us. 5-star rating and review because that's cool and tough. Also, if you're watching on Facebook or Twitter, go over to the YouTube, subscribe to the OnTap Sportsnet YouTube channel. That'd be awesome. So you can hop in the comment section and have a good time with us. We'll be back after the Bulls take on the New Orleans Pelicans.